Chilies, whether fresh or dried, often get a bad rap, and that's because many people think that all chilies are universally hot, so they avoid using them altogether. But we're going to settle all of that and discuss how to handle and prepare different types of chilies. Now, starting off with fresh chilies, which can range in heat from very mild to incredibly hot. Fresh chilies give a clean flavor to dishes, and we often use them to augment or round out dried chilies or even chili powder, but we treat them more as a vegetable than a spice. Now, when shopping for fresh chilies, you may find that the same type of chili pepper can be found in various colors, from green to orange to even red, depending on when it was harvested. And don't be tempted to think that all small chilies are necessarily less spicy than larger ones. This big Anaheim chili is incredibly mild in heat, whereas this tiny habanero chili may melt your mouth right off. Now, of all the fresh chilies, though, the jalapeno is probably the most familiar. It has a medium level of heat and a fresh, grassy flavor that plays well in many dishes. Now, when preparing fresh chilies, we start off by cutting the chili right in half. First thing I want to do, though, is lop off this stem. Get rid of that. Cut it right in half lengthwise, just like that. And you can use a chef's knife, or if you're working with a smaller chili, you may prefer to use a paring knife. Now we can get a look inside and see all those ribs and seeds. And believe it or not, this is where most of the heat resides. So we prefer to remove them. It's really easy to do. You can simply take a small measuring spoon and just scrape out all the seeds and ribs. And the side of the measuring spoon can actually help to cut out those ribs as well. Now we can get rid of all the ribs and the seeds, but if you like your dishes a little extra spicy, you can always reserve these, chop them up, and then sprinkle them onto your finished dish. All right, let me just get rid of this here. Now, a note. Chilies contain a compound called capsaicin, which some people find irritates the skin on their hands. And if you know that you're sensitive to capsaicin, or you think you might want to be, a pair of latex gloves, the disposable kind, will keep your hands well protected. Now, if you choose not to sport these fabulous and fashionable gloves, you want to make sure to wash your hands very well after handling the chilies. Capsaicin has a tendency to stick to your hands even after they're lightly washed, and you don't want to find this out after you've rubbed your eye, or even worse, tried to remove your contact lens. And don't ask me how I know this.